Hello, welcome to Scented Pages. Welcome and welcome back to my channel, baby. It's been a minute. I was gone for a minute, okay? But I'm back. I'm ready to start the 2025 year with new books and new videos and all that good stuff. So I wanted to come on and talk about my reading goals and catch up with what I've been reading over the past couple of weeks because it's been a while. So let's get started with that. We're gonna do the perfume first. And the perfume that I've been working with this like all last week. And today is Bluegrass by Elizabeth Arden. Now, when I sprayed this in the office, my coworker was in the office. She was like, "Oh my God, that smells so good." She was like, "Is that?" Like, she was like, "It smells cinnamony." And I was like, "I love it." I said, "It does smell cinnamony. It has like a clean winter cinnamon, but it's not cinnamon. It's this note that's in here." So listen to this. We've got Bluegrass by Elizabeth Arden, and its main accords are warm, spicy, aromatic, I always have a hard time with pronouncing this word, aldehydic, white floral, woody, lavender, fresh, and amber. It smells really, really good. Oh my goodness. So, Bluegrass is by Elizabeth Arden, is a floral green fragrance for women. Bluegrass was launched in 1936. Its top notes are aldehydes, lavender, geranium, lily, bergamot, orange blossom, and neroli. Middle notes are lavender, carnation, spices, clove, narcissus, bay leaf, jasmine, tuberose, and rose. Base notes are benzoins, sandalwood, vetiver, musk, cedar, and tonka beans. Now that cinnamon note that my coworker was smelling, not necessarily cinnamony, but that's the clove. So I love clove. I actually use clove in my hair. I have the actual like root. It's not a herb, but it's a root. What I like about Fragrantica that I just came across was you can click on the notes and you can open them up and read more about the notes. So let's see what it says about clove. Because when you boil clove, when I'm using it in my hair, you have to boil it and make like a tea out of it, and it makes the whole house smell like it's almost in the mind of cinnamony. It's a scent like that. It's a heavy rosemary, cinnamon, ginger, in that type of family type smell. So it says cloves, and this is what it looks like. I'll try to put a picture up when I edit the video, but this is what it looks like in the meantime, if you can see it. Those little things. But it says the odor profile of cloves is a warm, spicy note, eugenol acetate, and caryophyllines. Oh, I can't pronounce that. Are by and large the main components of any essential oil obtained from the clove plant. And it's really good for your hair. I do know that clove is really good for your hair. So when she smelled that clove note, I was like, when I looked up what it was, when she said that and I looked up what it was, that it was clove in it, I said, oh, that's what she smelled. But I like this scent. And I said, what is vetiver? In the middle notes, no, in the base notes, it has vetiver. I think that's how you pronounce it, vetiver. And they are from different parts of the world, different in a lot. There's Haitian vetiver, and it's clean and ethereal, while the Javanese one is smoky and dusty. And it says, if we have to generalize, the scent is earthy, woody, and green. And I can see that note in the scent profile of Bluegrass. It's definitely an old lady vintage scent, one of my favorite types, Bill. I love it. And when I wear it, like if it's something that you like, I always get compliments on it. Now, if it's not your thing, then of course, you're not going to gravitate towards it. But those who like it, like it. And so it's a fun scent. So that's Bluegrass by Elizabeth Arden. And I am drinking earlier. Me and the kids went to I don't need to pull that down completely. Me and the kids went to McDonald's and we got pancakes. And it was so good. And I got this Oreo cookie frappe, so I'm drinking the last of that. Drinking the last of that. My belly is full, and now I am ready to talk about books. I read 4 books. So, okay, let me catch you up a little bit. At the end of the year last year, the end of the month, so like the end of December, when the 2025 was just getting ready to, roll on in, I took a little bit to just woosah, and I didn't read anything because honestly, I was a little burnt out. I was exhausted. It was the end of the year. I was tired. So for like that last week and a half or so, I didn't read anything. But it was fine because all in all, after I had, wrapped up the year and looked at everything, I read 83 books. So of course I was tired. So I was exhausted. So I just didn't read anything. I was proud of what I had accomplished for the year. And so I just gave it a break. So then I had to, over the next couple of weeks, catch up with some reading, get some books under my belt before I can make another video. And while I was doing that, honey, I was taking out this hair. This hair has been a whole ordeal for me, hence my bonnet for right now. I'm so sorry. You're going to have to excuse me. I put on my best one, though. I've tried to find my sparkle bonnet because I put little twists in my hair, right? They were too tiny. And they were beautiful while I had them. And I was like, oh my God, like when I did it, it was so cute. I was like, oh, this is going to be my new go-to style. But I must have left it in too long because it tangled up so bad at like the roots. And that hadn't happened to me ever before. I guess because I did them too small. So I had to take my time and really carefully detangle with my fingers and with detangling spray so as to not lose too much hair. I was pissed, for lack of a better phrase. I was really bad because I didn't want to lose any hair. I have not lost hair in months. I've been taking my vitamins. I take these where are they? Are they anywhere? Oh, they're over there. I don't feel like getting it. I take the hair, skin, and nails vitamins, and I take regular vitamins. I take care to leave my hair alone so that I can keep it in my head. And for something stupid like that to happen, and I didn't do anything purposely, and I just had to take all that time and whatnot, and to take it out, it was just a mess. I was really nervous, and I was really scared the whole time, thinking I was gonna be bald headed. But I'm not. It's okay. Everything worked out. So, needless to say, I was like, let my hair breathe for a little while. So I just been having my little like big plaits in it and just kind of letting it relax. But today, after I do this video, I'm going to definitely do my hair because it's been too long. I'm going to wash it and put some nice twists in it and, for work this week. And it's going to be cute. I wanted to make this video first. I didn't want to do my hair first because I was like, well, if I do my hair first, there's a chance, a big chance, that I'm not going to feel like making the video. I'm going to be too tired after I wash and blow dry and twist and do all this stuff. I might be too tired and not feel like talking about the books. So I was like, well, let me talk about the books first. Then I'll go and do my hair and let that be that. So I read 4 books. Let me see. I did The Boyfriend by Frida McFadden, Bury Your Gaze by Chuck Tingle, Lies, Lies, Lies by Adele Park, and Woman Last Seen by Adele Park. So 4 books. And I'm also let me make sure that I talked about everything that I want to in this book. Yes, okay, so I did. I can put this to the side. So I also am almost done with this Richard Wright book, Black Boy. Oh, I am so in love with it. Oh, look at my bookmark too. I got a cute little bookmark that looks like our old vintage library. Check out, remember the cards in the back of the library books? Well, I know here when I was young, when you checked out a library book, in the back of the book, you used to have to take out this card and sign your name and do that you had the book. And sometimes you could look on the card and see people that you knew that had checked out the book before you. I like that, so I thought that was really cute, and I got that because it was cute and vintage, and I love bookmarks, but specifically because too, I like the section in this book where he talks about the kind of scheme that he planned out and devised in order to use the white library, and it was really good, and I liked it. I liked everything that he went through for the sake of reading, and how he risked it all to read and to go to the library and to go to the best library. This was an excellent book. Look at how much I annotated it. Like, I don't know if you can really see all the notes. Look at all these my little coffee bean notes, things that I couldn't write in the book because it's a library book, but I took so many notes. See the little my little coffee cups. I think those notepads are so cute because they're shaped like coffee cups. It's adorable. But I took so many notes in this book, so I might do a video for it. But yeah, I'm almost done it. I am I took the daggone bookmark out, but I'm definitely towards the end. I have to see. I might have like 30 pages left of this book or so. And when I do finish it up, I'm gonna definitely write out how I feel about it. So yeah, I also was reading that. So back to this over here. The audio that I got done was, the first one that I want to talk about is this book by Adele Parks called Woman Last Seen. And I just got that one, and it's fresh in my brain. It was so good. So let me read you the blurb. It says, Woman Last Seen by Adele Parks. It says, happy married missing. Lee Fletcher, happily married stepmom to 2 gorgeous boys, goes missing on Monday. Her husband, Mark, says he knows nothing of her whereabouts. She went to work and just never came home. Their family is shattered. Kai Jensen, married to wealthy Dutch businessman Dan, and vanishes the same week. Kai left her luxurious penthouse and glamorous world without a backward glance. She seemingly evaporated into thin air. Dan is distraught. Detective Clements knows that people disappear all the time, far too frequently. Most run away from things. Some run towards. Others are taken but find their way back. A sad few never return. These 2 women are from very different worlds. Their disappearances are unlikely to be connected, and yet, at a gut level, the detective believes they might be. How could these women walk away from their families, husbands, and homes willingly? Clements is determined to unearth the truth, no matter how shocking and devastating it may be. And boy, oh boy, was it. Shocking, yes. So I said, it was absolutely like the most compulsively readable book I've read in a long time. Like, I just wanted to keep reading it because it never slowed down. It never got boring. It never dulled. It never dragged for me. I said, but honey, Kylie is better than me. Because who about to have 2 husbands and be living 2 lives like it ain't nothing? I said, it sounds stressful as hell. One of the husbands that she married had kids. So she was a whole stepmom with an extra husband. I said, not an extra side piece who knows his role, but a husband who is expecting her to fulfill wifely life things, like go with him to Christmas dinners and things. And the whole time she's skipping out on this man, making up excuses as to why she can't be with his family in a more meaningful way. It's because she got a whole nother husband. Anyway, I said, but when everything was coming out and coming to a head, her homegirl Fiona asked her, and she was like, so who were you planning to grow old with? Because it came out that well, I don't want to give the twist, but I do want to talk about the book. I won't give the twist, but I want to get it off my chest, because her homegirl was like, well, who are you planning to grow old with? And I was like, right, like, answer the question, like, because what were you planning to do, ma'am, Miss Kylie? What were you planning? What was your end goal in all of this? And she didn't have anything to say. But what I like most about Adele Parks' books is that she's a UK author, and honey, white British drama is the best drama. It be chef's kiss. I love British drama. Honey, when Fiona said, wait, I gotta get my accent right. Hold on, women. Let me do my accent. You had a perfectly good husband. Wait a minute, no, that's not it. She said, you had a perfectly good husband. Pretty much she was saying, you had a perfectly good husband in Mark, but that wasn't good enough for you, and you had to hoover up another guy. Not hoover up another guy. I was saying, honey, I was no more good. I was like, that's right, Fiona, get her ass, because she was dead wrong. British drama is the best drama. I thought the hood shit that I be reading about was good, juicy. It is juicy, don't get me wrong, but nothing like regular white people drama. I love it. I was thinking, after I got done reading this book and I read her other book, I said, all of 2024, the reason why I was able to read so prolifically and do so good last year with reading all those books was because of Adele Parks, Sherry LaPena, Frida McFadden, and Liv Constantine. I mean, I was just devouring them books. I couldn't get enough. It was so juicy. It's so packed full of twists and drama. And I was here for all of it. Loved it. I gave Woman Last Seen 5 out of 5. Because the ending, I loved the ending. I thought that it was spectacular. Like, some people saw it coming. It wasn't a surprise as to what the ending was, but I still liked it. Like I said, it was a very readable book. Very readable. Very juicy. Next. So, I've read Bury Your Gaze by Chuck Tingle. This was really good. I liked it. I gave it a 3 stars. It started off better for me than what it ended up being. So, Bury Your Gaze is, Misha is a jaded scriptwriter who has been working in Hollywood for years, and has just been nominated for his first Oscar. But when he's pressured by his producers to kill off a gay character in the upcoming season finale for the algorithm, Misha discovers that it's not that simple. He is haunted by his past and past mistakes. Misha must risk everything to find a way to do what is right before it's too late. So this was my first venture into real homosexual thriller, or because I really didn't think this was horror. Like, this really was. It had its creepy moments, and of course it had supernatural stuff in it or whatever. With his little characters coming to life, it was really cute. But It wasn't horror. I wasn't like scared like that. It was cute though. I liked it. I liked the message behind it. So I had a lot to say about it. I said this book started off stronger than it ended for me. The middle was okay, and the ending kind of fell flat. I grabbed this book really fast in passing when I happened to walk by it in the library. I had been hearing quite a few things on the internet / YouTube about it. So when I saw the book, I recognized it and grabbed it up to give it a chance. Overall, I enjoyed reading it. I like Misha as a gay male character. I think this is the first book I've read where the homosexuals were male instead of lesbian. Misha was fun, and I also really liked his boyfriend Zeke and their homegirl Tara. Misha is an Academy Award nominated screenwriter who is out and proud in Hollywood, but not so much back home in Montana or whatever very white, extremely straight Midwestern state he's from. They ain't with none of that shit where he's from. So there's that. So he's living a double life. That's always a good time. I said the beginning of the book was really fast paced for me. I understand why the stalkings in his life had begun, because the movie studios wanted to kind of bully him into doing what they wanted him to do with the gay characters on his TV show. I also really enjoyed the premise of the horror characters that he created in his stories, manifesting in his real life to wreak havoc on him. The monsters that he created in his stories were really clever. I liked their abilities. So after his Academy Award nomination, he's going about with the regular meanderings of his life, trying to sort out getting ready for the award, and he begins to see the characters that he has written in his books have somehow manifested and come to life like in real life. And he had made a couple of characters, two of them. One was Mrs. Y, and the other was this guy called the Smoker. I said, so he's going about the meanderings of his life, and but he begins to see and be harassed by the monsters that he has written and created in his stories. And boy, oh boy, does he go through. After a while of him going through, he was like, well, why the fuck did I write these characters like that? He was like, why would I write such terrible characters? And so he kind of was facing a lot of his demons and things like that. That's like Pennywise literally coming to and manifesting in Stephen King's life and really trying to kill him, in the crazy ways that he wrote him or whatever. I don't know. But in this story, our two main problem entities are the Smoker and Mrs. Y. And with all his monsters, these two were written as a way of him dealing with his childhood trauma, of being a gay guy and dealing with his uncle that his mom used to leave him with, etc. Which makes sense. A lot of writers, and readers use these hobbies as ways of rationalizing and dealing with their own trauma. The Smoker is pretty much a horror character that Misha created and wrote out, that is based on his abusive uncle Keith. This uncle was a chain smoker and pretty abusive to Misha when his mom went to work. And when he comes into your life, if he asks you for a light for his cigarette and you don't have one, you have 5 days to live before he finds you and pulls your bones from your body to grind them up and smoke them. But the nightmare of all nightmares, in my opinion, was Mrs. Y. And her ability is that if she touches you, she answers. You then have all of the answers to life about everything in the universe. She shows you the beginning and end of everything in the universe. So listen, it says her thing is that when she touches you, she shows any living creature the end and the beginning of time, a cosmic truth so powerful that mortal minds have no choice but to melt away. In effect, she steals the will to participate in this existence, completely draining her victims of the things that once made them beautiful and unique. Caught in a state of suffocating nothingness, the victim suffers a fate worse than death, a complete loss of themselves. I was like, I know you lying. I know you lying to me. I was like, I don't want to know everything about everything, and I don't want to know all the answers to life all at once. That seems utterly terrifying. I want to go slowly through life learning things and learning lessons and growing and still finding a reason and a will to live. Answering everything all at once takes the fun and adventure out of life. Because then what do you have to live for now? You see how pointless and futile everything is. The scene where Misha and Mrs. Y are stuck on the plane together and he is trying to get away from her touch and she is just touching people and making them all crumble into a ball of existential crisis. Oh my God, no thank you. That was a creepy scene. I didn't like that. Because like she touches you and then you cease to care about anything. They're just in these balls of nothing matters. It's all pointless. This is pointless. I know, because she didn't show them everything. Honey, keep it to yourself, Mrs. Y. So, anyways, then we get to the middle. And this is where I was starting to get a little irritated because what do you mean nanobots? There was like this whole middle section about nanobots that was explaining, you know, where all these monsters were manifesting from. Well, which is okay, I get it. But, you know, I just didn't really care for that. But there was a message in it, and, you know, with nanobots and with what the man is actually really able to do with AI and computers and diabolicalness. I said, at least with the nanobots and the AI, there is a solid explanation as to how Misha's supernatural entities are bothering him. I said I didn't like it, but it made sense. As much sense as a book about somebody's made-up supernatural entities that they wrote in horror stories really coming to life and haunting them can make sense. I said, then we get to the end, and what do you mean? All he had to do was go on stage and make an announcement about coming out and everything was okay. Oh! But yeah, like, what in the world? Of course, Tara, you know, really, she saved the day. And, you know, I like her as an asexual character in representation or whatever. I like that. I was doing a little bit of research about, you know, asexuality and what that really means. This book did open up my understanding in my eyes a little bit more about sexuality and things like that. But I did do a little bit of research about, you know, asexuality. And I came to understand that it's not that they aren't attracted to people. I don't mean to refer to asexual people as they. I gotta get out of that habit. But it's not that an asexual person doesn't have a sexuality. No. It's that they aren't attracted to them sexually. They can be attracted to a person, but they don't act on it sexually. They don't feel a need to act on it sexually. I think that's it. I don't know. I did a little bit of research on it. I don't want to get too much into it on my channel, but I was doing a little research. I was doing a little digging. There was one part in here that I wanted to read about Misha's explanation as to why he liked horror. And I think that maybe this might be why a lot of people like horror and horror movies and horror content. He says, here's the thing. By telling this story, I'm not celebrating Dan's death. My friend isn't around anymore, but we still are. We can listen to this and think about what we might have done differently or what lessons we can carry into the future, I explain. This is how scary stories work, how horror works. We're all still here, safe and alive. We've had the primal rush and exercised those muscles to remind us that death is eventually coming for everyone, but not today. So there's that. It was good. It had a lot to say about media and Hollywood and what Hollywood wants people to consume and how they package it and how they feed it to us. It was good. I enjoyed this. This was another little library book. I gotta take it back to the library. The next We had The Boyfriend by Frida McFadden. This was the book that I listened to with my daughter, and she really liked it. It was fun. It says, The Boyfriend by Frida McFadden. Sydney Shaw, like every single woman in New York, has terrible luck with dating. She's seen it. What? Sydney Shaw, like every single woman in New York, has terrible luck with dating. She's okay. She's looking for the perfect man. I don't know why in the world that's not making sense to me. I'm sorry. It says Sydney Shaw, like every single woman in New York, has terrible luck with dating. She's seen it. Men who lie in their dating profile. Men who stick her with the dinner bill. And worst of all, men who can't shut up about their mothers. But finally, she hits the jackpot. Her new boyfriend is utterly perfect. He's charming, handsome, and works as a doctor at a local hospital. Sydney is swept off her feet. Then the brutal murder of a young woman, the latest in a string of deaths across the coast, confounds police. The primary suspect? A mystery man who dates his victims before he kills them. Sydney should feel safe. After all, she is dating the guy of her dreams. But she can't shake her own suspicions that the perfect man may not be as perfect as he seems, because someone is watching her every move. And she doesn't get to the truth. She'll be the killer, and if she doesn't get to the truth, she'll be the killer's next victim. A dark story about obsession and the things we'll do for love. So, my review is, hold on. I can't believe I couldn't get that sentence. It just wasn't making sense to me. My bad. But I said, so I gave it 5 stars. I'm never disappointed with a Frida book. I love the twist. Also, I just want to say that a person having interest in bloody or weird fields of interest does not make them a psychopath automatically. Say what you want about Frida and her readers. If you want to have a good time, Frida is the way to go. Something's not too deep or too hard to read or understand. If you want to read something that's not too deep or too hard to understand, then Frida is your way to go. Honestly, the authors that got me through 2024, like I said, were Frida McFadden, Shari LaPena, Adele Parks, and Liv Constantine. Between those 4, I was never bored. In this story, we shift every other chapter between Sydney and this 17-year-old male kid. Sydney is a young single female dating around trying to find her Mr. Right, but without much luck because she keeps meeting creepazoids from this weird-ass website online that's something akin to Tinder, and then wondering why she's not finding the guy, is not wondering why she's not finding her guy, but instead has met some stalker named Kevin who won't leave her alone. Between Sydney's chapters, we have the life of Tom in the past. And Tom is a 17-year-old high school kid who has a lot going on in his life. He has his best friend named Slug, who is a real piece of work. His dad is the worst, and he is obsessed with this girl named Daisy. Daisy is the light and love of Tom's life, but Tom has some pretty interesting and noteworthy interests for himself, like obsession with blood and other oddities. Sydney has 2 best friends, Bonnie and Gretchen. Bonnie's been dating this dream guy, but she keeps talking about been dating this dream guy that she keeps talking about, but never had the chance to bring him around and formally introduce him to her friends, because before she can, Bonnie is murdered. Gretchen has been dating their apartment building's maintenance man. So those are Sydney's 2 best friends. So Bonnie is dating the mysterious dream guy, and Gretchen is dating their apartment building manager. What's his name? I forget what his name was. So they've been all pretty occupied with one another. Well, not long after Bonnie's murder, Sydney just so happens to meet the perfect guy. He's kind, handsome, a doctor, and oh, he's got the best pain on the planet. All of Frida McFadden's books make it seem like the male lovers are just everything, and there is no other pain like his. I can't. It's hilarious. Anyway, I said she better than me. Ain't no way I will be dating around when one of my best friends has just been murdered by some mystery guy. That's a little too close to home for me. I just sat my ass down somewhere. Sydney is being stupid, and I think that's what Frida McFadden, that's what she does. She likes to make sure that her protagonists, her leading ladies, are really, really silly. Goodness gracious, they just be the worst. I said, ain't no way I'd be dating around when one of my best friends has just been murdered by a mystery guy. That's a little too close to home for me. I just sat my ass down somewhere. Sydney is being so stupid and careless about the whole thing. She continues to use this stupid, funky app, meeting random people that she doesn't know from it, and ignoring police advice like her friend didn't just get murdered. I would be absolutely horrified if one of my closest friends ended up killed. Like, sad and horrified. What the fuck? So, of course, we are wondering if her new perfect boyfriend that she has is this kid from the past, the creepy kid from the past, and if he's the murderer. Also, the guy, she ends up being stalked by one of the guys that she meets on this daggone app, and his name is Kevin. We're wondering if maybe Slug is Kevin. Well, I was wondering if Slug was Kevin, all grown up. I love the twist. I love the ending, and who the antagonist ended up being. I was definitely on the edge of my seat. Definitely, I had my little muscles clenched up. I was definitely like, oh my goodness. Frida McFadden, I love her books. Oh, I love her books. So, I said, rest in peace to the real Kev. I said the red herrings were littered purposely and abundantly throughout the book. But let me just say that just because a person may have certain unpopular interests doesn't automatically make them a freaking killer. Some people have to be interested in mortuary science, respiratory care. It's very goopy, but somebody has to do it, pathology. Or else everybody would be sick, sad, dying, or diseased. I said, so Sydney was annoying and stupid and dismissive. But would we have a Frida McFadden story if she wasn't? I said, would there even be a book if she wasn't an idiot? For me, that doesn't write the book off as a bad book. She was just annoying. I've said this before. I liked the book. I gave it 5 stars. And then lastly, I have Lies, Lies, Lies by Adele Parks. Now this one, I was a little iffy on. Okay, this was the first Adele Parks book that I really wasn't entirely feeling. So let's hurry up and get through it so that I can talk about my reading goals and we can wrap this up. Okay, so Lies, Lies, Lies by Adele Parks says, Daisy and Simon's marriage isn't what it seems. After years together, the arrival of longed-for daughter Millie sealed everything in place. There's a happy little family of 3. So what if Simon drinks a bit too much sometimes? Daisy's used to it. She knows. I gotta read what it says. I'm sorry. Okay, Daisy's used to it. She knows he's just letting off steam. Until one night at a party, things spiral horribly out of control. And their happy little family of 3 will never be the same again. In Lies, 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 #1 Sunday Times bestselling author Adele Parks explores the darkest corners of a relationship in free fall in a mesmerizing tale of marriage and secrets. So, what I like about this blurb, and what's absolutely correct, is she does tell a really good marriage story. I think that that's what I like most about Adele Parks, is that her domestic suspense and her domestic family dynamic, housewife stuff is so good and British and juicy, and I love it. It's always a compulsive, like compelling read, something that you just can't wait to get back to. I love it. So that says I gave this book a 3 stars. I said, I'm gonna have to reread this and make sure to really pay attention because I must be missing something. Is this married woman the victim of rape? Like how? How does her husband not know? Why doesn't she tell him? I'm very confused. It was good, gripping, but I don't understand this Daryl character and the role he played in Daisy's life. I mean, I know that he's the father of her kid, but why is he the father of her kid? No one else on the net is talking about the grape in this book, and it's kind of pissing me off. It's a fast-paced thriller with an ending that I don't know what to make of. I like the addiction and struggle representation. Simon was a good guy and so much better than me. I keep saying that about all these books. You better than me, because ain't no way I'd have let Daisy's ass off that easy. I said, being all high and mighty, thinking that she ain't do nothing when she was the cause of everything, and she was so condescending to him. Like, ma'am, take a chill pill. She was worse. So those are the 4 books that I read and that I really enjoyed over the past few weeks. I had fun. I can't wait to get into I'm reading Daisy Jones and the Six. I like that. It's about this band from in the 70s. Definitely think I want to make a video about that and kind of maybe pair it with Halston, talking about Halston, because in the book she talks about how after she got really famous she started wearing Halston's clothes, and I love Halston's line, and I have his perfume, and I am kind of obsessed with him. So I think I might want to do a video about that. There's a few other books that I'm reading right now too. I definitely think I want to make a video for Black Boy. Get into that. So yeah. Next, I want to talk about my reading goals for this year. Get that done and out of the way with. So, my 2025 goals that I want to accomplish is 60 books. That's the same number that I set for last year, and I feel like that's about a good, that's like a good number for me. I feel like that's about a book a week. Usually, I can keep up with that. I like setting a goal and having a specific number of books because it kind of keeps me on track, especially on Goodreads. It keeps me on track. It keeps me focused and not falling too far behind. So it's encouraging too. It keeps me not falling too far behind, and it's encouraging to see that set definite number. It keeps me it gives me a plan. So 60 books is my set goal for the year. Last year I did so much better. I ended up reading 83 altogether, and I am so proud of that. So I think that 60 is good, and just whatever more I accomplish is just whatever more I accomplish. Number 2 is, and look, just bear with me, okay? No buying. I know I said it. I know I've said it before. But this year, I'm really, because I didn't read too many of the books that I have right here, and I really want to get through these. So, after this month, after the month of January, I'm just not going to be buying any more books. No thriftbooks.com, no thrift store books, no Kindle Unlimited, no Audible, none of that. I'm just going to use the public library for any new releases that I want to read. I'm going to use the Libby and Hoopla library apps for audiobooks that I want to listen to, and listen to the audiobooks that I have already and get those accomplished. So that's number 2. It's not buying any more books. Let me see. Oh, I can go to the library, and I also can do the book thing because the book thing is free. Usually I like to do that just once a year around the springtime, the beginning of the summer, something like that. That's usually fun. Three, my third goal is I really want to have first of all, like a little more of a structured reading schedule. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have more of a structured reading schedule where I'm reading nonfiction for a certain amount of time, fiction for a certain amount of time, where I'm making sure to get in my audio, making sure to read the digital books that I have, all that kind of stuff, so that I can compile it, write my summaries, keep myself abreast, and keep myself up on my reading book goal, and be able to make videos on a regular basis too. I want to, with that reading schedule, I want to improve my reading skills, like improve my reading speed, accuracy, and comprehension. Um, and how long I'm reading for consecutively and consistently, not just in the span of the day in my little personal reading sessions. No, that's what I mean. Like in my personal reading sessions, I want to make sure that I'm reading for nice chunks of time and reading consistently and smoothly and improving my reading skill and comprehension. That's what I want to do for number 3. Number 4, oh, speaking of my video essays, because I was saying, I want to make sure that I can make my videos as a result of my reading and my reading comprehension. I'm also reevaluating my intentions, my goals, and my thoughts about this channel and what I really want to do with it. And honestly, I don't have intentions of being like a no hardcore YouTuber. My whole goal and my intentions for this channel is to document and have fun with what I'm reading, and to make sure that no matter what, I am consistently reading and consistently educating myself, and seeing what I'm accomplishing. I like seeing what I'm accomplishing, and YouTube is a really good way of that. Seeing my reading content and my journey, all of that is fun to me. So that's what I really want to do for my own personal benefit. It really doesn't matter about how many views each video gets or how many subscribers I get. That kind of takes the fun out of it. The fun in it for me is the educational process for myself, the reading, the research that comes from it, the recalling it, memorizing, and taking it into my heart, it meaning something. That's what is important to me. And whoever sees it or whoever doesn't see it, once I accomplish that for myself with each book, making a video essay about what I'm reading, once I accomplish that, like I said, whoever sees it, whoever doesn't, just doesn't. And that's good enough for me. As long as I can do it for myself, that'll make me happy. And then my last goal, number 4, is I want to, and this will be just a personal goal. This isn't anything that I'm going to be like sharing any philosophical epiphanies or thoughts or discussions or anything like that on my channel, but just as a personal goal and a personal accomplishment, because I haven't done it in a long time, is to read the Bible. My mother said something to me that kind of stuck with me, and I love her so much. She's so sweet. She said, why is it that you have so much time to read all of these other books and do all this other research and things, which is good, but you don't really read the Bible? And I said, you know what, Mama? You're right. So I kind of want to take some time this year and make sure that I read the Bible. So I have this version of it, this Bible in a year. I had gotten this from the book thing a long time ago. And what it is every day it has a already allotted out chunk of reading chapters. So I'm dropping stuff out of it. So this is what I did yesterday, and it's about 2 or 3 pages or so of reading that you have for yourself. It's not too much, and I would like to incorporate this into my reading schedule and make sure that I kind of get this done for myself and thought about. So that's another thing that I want to do too. I don't know how long it'll take me. I don't know if it'll take me a year or 2 years, but I just want to take my time with it for myself. And enjoy it. And then, maybe at the end of it I might talk about what I think or what I've learned, but that won't be until way time down the road. But it won't be anything where I'll be coming on here periodically talking about what I've read from the Bible or anything, anything like that. That's not what I want to do with my channel. But that is one of the things that I want to incorporate into my reading goals for this year. So yeah. That was a lot. How long have we been talking for? A long time. But it was fun. I was like, oh my goodness, I have to get back on YouTube and talk and chit chat it up because I have so much to say. But I'm done. It was fun. It's Sunday. Enjoy the rest of your week. And I'll see you next time.